Hey everyone, hope you're all having a solid day today. For today's video, I tackle another movie from good old Roger Corman. When it comes to shark movies, there's such an ungodly amount of them that it just leaves you spoiled for choice. But for me, I only go for the ones that feature either a megalodon or a shark that, actually has a real design to it and not it has it as just some basic ass shark. There is one shark movie though that I really don't consider a shark movie, and I'll explain why. And that movie is DINOSHARK from 2009. The plot to this movie is as basic as a bunch of other creature movies. It's the usual creature that was once frozen in ice, gets loose, then picks a spot to start fucking shit up. Nothing more than that. During that, there's the usual people bullshit involving boat tours, a water polo match that gets interrupted by the title creature, friends reuniting after a long while, the usual stuff. When it comes to the actors in this movie, there's really nothing I could say about them. The acting in this entire thing could have been done way better, and yet there's only two actors that actually put in the most effort out of anybody, and that is Eric Balfour, who some horror buffs may recognize from the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and Iva Hasperger or Hasperger, I don't know, sorry if I mispronounced that name. And this is the only movie I've ever seen her in. Okay, so before I talk about the title monster or prehistoric creature, really, and I'll explain why I call it that in a little bit, I couldn't go on with this review without talking about two standout moments in this movie involving the people that are stupid and make absolutely no sense at all. The first is a scene where this one dude tries putting the moves on this chick, but then he fucks up and picks her up and throws her in the water. But they both get eaten anyway, and it just comes out of nowhere. Like, was this even scripted? I highly doubt it was. Now, the second one that makes absolutely no sense is where the character Frank Reeves, played by the man himself, Roger Corman, tells this mariachi band at a cafe to not play their music so loud, and they somehow lower their volume. How? Like, are these three guys robots or some shit? Okay, so when it comes to the title monster, the design and the CG on it aren't really all that bad. There's some attack scenes where a practical effect head was used, and as much as I love CG more than practicals, I honestly would have liked to see this movie go the complete Jaws route and use a full-scale puppet. As much as I enjoyed seeing Dino Shark in this movie, the movie, and this is for any other paleontology nerds like myself out there, whoever decides to watch this movie, literally says that Dino Shark is a plesiosaur. Fucking what? They claim that this thing's a plesiosaur. That's not what a fucking plesiosaur looks like. Did the guy who designed Dino Shark even look up what a plesiosaur is? Like I said, don't get me wrong, I like Dino Shark's design, but it could have been better because at a couple points in the movie they show this artist rendering, which I'm willing to bet is the actual concept art, of this thing. Where's that monster? Looks more like a plesiosaur than the thing in the actual movie here. One aspect I do like about this thing is how athletic it is, because it leaps out of the water throughout the entire movie, and even manages to grab a chopper out of the sky and destroy it using that little ability of its. And I say it's because it doesn't really say if it's a male or female. Also, you know how in Jaws where there's a lot of build up to Bruce's appearance? Well, this movie doesn't do that. This movie shows Dino Shark literally within the first 2 minutes of the movie. And I mean, I don't know why they would even need to do any build up to this thing's appearance because they spoil its appearance in the trailer as well as the DVD cover. Apparently, this thing's only weak spot are its eyes, and yet it gets seriously injured after getting hit in the side with a grenade. So, how are the eyes the only weak spot now? I mean, besides the eyes, this thing's entire body's made out of armor, but it still got hurt, like I said, with the grenade. So, again, how are the eyes its only weak spot? Okay, so despite how this movie is, it actually does have the potential to be better. First off, at the beginning of the movie, Eric Balfour's character, Trace, explains that he had to come back to Mexico because the tour boat he was helping out on started getting shot at by pirates on a speedboat, so he shot them with a flare gun, then took off. Seeing that at the very start of this movie instead of hearing about it would have been a cool little action sequence. Second and third, there's 2 points where they show a bunch of baby dino sharks coming out of a chunk of ice, even though they look more like a coelacanth fish, which should have meant that there's multiple plesiosaurs swimming around the world. Plus, there was a mention of one of the side characters being a drug dealer, so they could have had both of these things connected with multiple dino sharks attacking Puerto Vallarta and having it be connected to the drug dealer, where they could have done like, oh, the reason why they're so aggressive is because he was putting weed in chunks of meat and feeding it to him or some shit. Fourth, there is a quick scene where Dino Shark just snatches this crocodile. Now, what could have made that scene way cooler is actually showing a fight between Dino Shark and the crocodile. Lastly, there's the chopper bit that I mentioned earlier. The movie clearly stated that the chopper had a 50 cal attached to it, so it would have made the scene better to have seen it in action against Dino Shark. Overall, with stuff that makes no sense, actors that could have done better, and having potential to be a better movie, I never expected Dino Shark to be this much of a mixed bag. I give this movie a 2.5 out of 5. Alright everyone, thank you all for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and please consider subscribing because it really gives me the motivation to keep making these videos for you guys. Also, I want to apologize deeply for not having uploaded anything in a month. I've just been really busy and been trying to find the time to get back into making content for you guys, and now I finally am able to do that. So I got a lot more reviews planned, so I'll see you guys on the next review. Have a good day, everybody. Stay cheesy.